The 1950s and early 60s were times of tremendous upheaval in Africa as the European colonial powers gradually surrendered their powers to indigenous rulers. In many cases, the new rulers were violent and destructive. Sometimes the mayhem was driven by a Marxist agenda, sometimes by tribal animosity, and sometimes by mere greed. Millions died in civil strife and tens of millions were turned into refugees. Kenya had experienced some horrific atrocities in the decades before independence in the Mau Mau rebellion against British rule. As independence approached, many observers were deeply concerned about the potential for bloody pandemonium in Kenya, as in so many of its neighbors. However, in August 1960, a week-long youth convention in Western Kenya gave itself over to prayer for their nation day and night. Late that week, one of the leaders described a vision he had of war horses approaching Kenya, then fleeing. He declared that only the supernatural power of prayer of God's people can turn away the troubles that are coming in Kenya. All of Kenya's neighbors descended into horrendous chaos. Deadly Marxist revolution in Zanzibar, Tanganyika, and Somalia, and Muslim takeover in Uganda by a bloodthirsty madman. Yet Kenya made a largely peaceful transition to independence. Kenya's economy prospered compared to the rest of East Africa, and Kenya's church grew during this time and reached out to the surrounding countries, leading to a revival throughout the region. It is evident that the prayer of the Kenyans brought the peace of God, stemmed the continent-wide flood of violence, and granted Kenya the opportunity to be the gospel witness so desperately needed in these tumultuous times.